Look how beautiful this game is. I have been playing this game for over a week straight now. It's called Tiny Glade and it just came out a couple weeks ago. It's a cozy building game and it has such a pretty whimsical feel to it. And you're building freely without any combat or goals. You're literally just open to build whatever you want and I'm hooked. This video is not sponsored or anything. I just saw some people asking about it in the comments. So I figured I would check it out and I thought this would make for such a cute video. So there are a couple different options you can pick for your glade. We can pick summer, autumn, olden, flowery, or winter. And they also have a daily theme, which is like a little challenge you can do for your glade. I'm gonna pick autumn because we're in the autumn season right now. And as soon as I loaded into this game, I knew I was going to love it because the sounds in this game, the ASMR, there's always birds chirping. There are always little sheep around. Like this one has a bird on his head and you can pet them. Oh my gosh, that was loud. The bird literally just landed on his head. All right, they give you something to start with, but we're gonna go ahead and delete it. And we can see a big space around with a border, so that's as far as we can build. I'm gonna go ahead and delete some of these trees. We're just gonna open up some space for ourselves. Oh yeah, also, if you add anything on the sheep, they go up in a little umbrella and then fall down. It's literally so adorable. Look, we're gonna start off by adding in some terrain. And one thing about this game is it feels very easy to learn the basics. All I'm doing to add terrain is just clicking and dragging with my mouse, and then hovering over it, we can lift it up or we can lower it down very easily. There's nothing intense about it. You're literally just dragging with your mouse. And I think I also want to make a lower part of terrain too, so I'm just gonna add some at the bottom here, and we'll bring that up a little bit as well. I want to start by adding stairs, so what we're gonna do is take our path tool, and all you have to do is run it into the terrain to make stairs. A lot of the building tools will interact with each other, so if you use two tools like together like that, then even more options will pop up. But right here I was thinking about building a bridge, so let's go ahead and grab one of our rooms and we're gonna place it right here on the edge. I'm gonna grab hold of the roof and lower it down, so we're gonna get rid of it, and that adds on this fence detail. And there are two ways to control this. I can either click and drag, I can rotate it all the way around 360, or if I right click on my mouse, it opens up even more options. So I can raise up the bottom part, I can move it around. This is the easiest way that I find to edit the objects, but since I want this to be a bridge, we're gonna lower this down quite a bit. I'm gonna add on another room onto that bridge part, and we're gonna pull that all the way across, making sure that I'm aligning it onto the bridge. Oh, and the game will just spawn random things sometimes. So since this is near a path, I can add in a path to make a bigger door, and the game will automatically add in these cute little objects here. I could also keep using the path to make the door even bigger, or we could turn it into archways, which is what I was gonna do for our bridge. So I'm gonna bring that all the way to the edge, and we'll do the same thing over on this side, but I'm gonna raise those archways up a little bit, and I'm also gonna raise this up to meet the other part of the bridge. So now we have something like that. Also, you can tell the time of day is changing. You can also change the direction of the sun manually. You can change the time of day. I normally like to lock mine at a certain time, but I'm gonna let it go through once just to show you guys. So we have our bridge in the middle there. I'm adding even more terrain on the other side, and this way we can attach on another piece. And I was thinking we put some water underneath that bridge. You can also see on this side we have some stairs attaching. So if I add a pathway here, the stairs will automatically add on. Let's add some water underneath here and hope our bridge doesn't get super messed up. Oh no, maybe we can raise it back up. Okay, perfect. Oh, and I can raise these even further. Perfect. I kind of like that there are stairs leading down there too. So as you can see now, it's nighttime. I'm gonna build a path in between here. Maybe we'll actually stop it about here, and now we can build a big castle up there. Look at all the fireflies flying around. This game is so pretty. I can't get over it. So I think here I want to build one main building, something big. I'm gonna push it back against the terrain. Oh no, is that sheep stuck? Where's he going? So I've just added one main center part and we'll build off of that. We can build a tower in the back here coming off of the terrain. We could also build another room right on top of the one that we made. This game is also really nice because there is no grid. You can place things as freely as you want, but sometimes if you want to connect things right onto, say, a corner, or sometimes you can place objects inside other ones, then it'll sort of snap into place, but for the most part, you're free to move on your own. What if we bring out a side part here? So you can also make these way wider. What if we add something like this to the side? You can arch out your roofs or curve them in literally just by moving your mouse. I'm gonna add a front bump out out here, and I'm gonna bring it back so the roofing is hiding inside the other one. We can add another tower to the side here, and now I'm actually gonna go ahead and lock the passage of time so that we keep this lighting because I think this looks pretty. So far we have our little castle. I'm gonna take my pathway tool to build a door. I want this to be a big door, and before I add windows we're gonna paint it. So you just click on what you want to paint, and everything comes in this really pretty pastel color palette. So obviously we're changing a lot of this stuff to pink. You can change the material if maybe you like brick instead. You can get rid of the fencing if you want. You can add in like a different sort of wooden texture to it, and of course you can also change the roofing as well. I don't know what color palette I want to go with for this. Let's maybe try this for now and we can match our door. For windows we have a few different options. We have these rectangle ones, these more arched ones, and these stone ones with just like a hole in the middle, and depending how you place them they'll change. So if you put two of them together they'll link up, and then sometimes they'll make shutters, sometimes they add on these cute little window boxes, and if you keep clicking on it it'll give you different options to display. I also like that because there's no grid you can't really get everything to be perfect. It almost encourages asymmetry in a way, and of course we can change the color of our windows too. If you add them onto roofing you get this type of window which you can stack as well. Let's also add a chimney on here. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. On the towers I'm going to change it up and use the arched windows instead, and the window tool can also add doors, so I'm going to add one at the bottom here. Oh my gosh, you can add trapped doors. I never noticed that before. That's so cool. We're definitely going to add something around here. There we go, our trapped door. I love the little things that spawn around. This game is also very mindless. Like I the other day just played this to zone out. It's very easy to just get carried away in this game, especially when the music is turned on. The music is very relaxing as well. Okay, so we have our windows added. I think I'm gonna go in and add some flags as well. Maybe I'll just hang some from here along the sides, anywhere that needs a little something extra. And if I click on this button, the swatches change here too. These are also paintable. And of course you can go in and add landscaping very easily. There's only this type of flowers though, or you can go on top of it and add something thicker. You can spawn little trees around and then also move them around wherever you want. But I wanted to make an entire village, so I'm actually gonna bring the pathway along all the way back to my stairs, and now we can add in other homes here as well. I'm thinking to help visualize this, we can add in some blocks as like placeholders. Like I know we'll have one there. We can do maybe one more over on this side, and I'll just add that in for now. And I'm thinking from the way we're looking at it, I want the biggest ones to be in the back. Look at this little bird just hanging out on my roof. This game is just so cute. Okay, we're gonna pull this across. I want these ones to look more house-like, and the vines are just growing up after I've placed it. We can curve the roof out on this one, and maybe this time I can add a room here and lower this down, and I've just lowered it down so underneath it's being held up by those little planks. We could add some windows coming off of here and maybe some here at the front. Actually, I wonder if I could add one more room just as a balcony here. So I'm keeping the fence and I'm gonna attach it on. That's kind of cute. We totally need something happening in the back as well. So I'm just raising this up. We can arch this out too. Whoa, what happened there? Oh, I added edges to the roof. That's kind of fun. I feel like I keep learning new things every time I play this game. Like I was saying, the basics are very easy to learn, but the way that you can manipulate the basics to create something new and creative is honestly so much fun. Obviously, if you haven't already noticed, there's no people to live in these houses. You're literally just building in this game, which it is kind of nice that you don't have to worry about anything being functional. What color should we make this house? I feel like it should be blue. Maybe we'll do a blue roof and we'll add some flowers around it. There are also options for lighting, which I have not been adding in, but if you add them freely in the world, you can just add them in as lampposts. I'm just attaching those on at the front to the columns that I made. How adorable is this little house? You can even go in and add fencing, so maybe I'll add like fencing going through there, and I can bring it out and connect it to the next one. And same thing with lighting, you can also add flags. So if you're not adding it onto a house, you can just add flags, and if you move them around, they'll have the flags like attached to them. This is how it's looking so far zoomed out. This one over here, again, I'm gonna make a 2-story one, and then in the front we'll have like the 1-story ones, so the ones behind will be able to see over top. What if we made a really big door for this? Or actually we could do a little bridge part in the front. That could be cute. And then we could build a part coming up like this, and maybe even another part on top. So this one will just have this like funky roofing thing coming out of it. I just thought of a really fun idea. I want to see someone build the entire city of Baldur's Gate in this game. That would be a massive project. I'm about to replay that game for like the 5th time. It would be so much work, but I don't know why that just popped into my head. I love adding adding in the chimneys in this game, I feel like they just add the cutest little puff of smoke. Oh my gosh, you can make them massive too. We'll add a little light post here. Since this game is still brand new, there are limitations. Like obviously, even though you can snap the windows together, there still only are 3 different types. And you're kind of stuck with this like medieval aesthetic, which I think is adorable, so I personally don't mind, but still, it would be cool if they added in some different things. And having the option for more furnishings would be fun. But like I said, this game is new, so I'm excited to see where they'll take it when they update it. All right, let's add some plants in the back here. Here's our little village on this side and zoomed out. And now I'm gonna start to build more on the other side. These ones, again, I want to be a little bit smaller. I'll probably only do 1 story for them. I have a tower in the back of this one. I'm gonna add a room coming out. And then this one is gonna have to be super teeny tiny. Sorry to the sheep. Maybe we could actually connect these. And we'll put like a tiny little path through it for the sheep. So you can build like castle walls using this tool. And then if you run the paths through them, it'll make an archway. We could add a staircase coming down here. That didn't quite work out. What if we like bring it this way? Oh my gosh, and there are ducks in the pond. It's just so cute. I need this feature in The Sims 4, by the way. The lighting feature where you can just click and drag and change the time of day manually. Like that would make my life so much easier. For this one, I think I'm gonna use the arched windows. This whole thing is giving like fairy village a little bit. Ooh, we can put these on a diagonal kind of going like this. And I think I'm gonna curve these roofing pieces in just a little. I think I want to add a little more landscaping around this one. And I was also gonna attach our fence along this way too. You can even make a pathway through the fences. We'll attach a fence along this way. Sorry, sheep. I'm really trying not to trap the sheep, I swear. Around the rest of it, I'm adding even more water. I'm filling in these back parts here with trees. I'm even adding this tiny little house down here. Oh, you can put stairs leading up to it too. And when I draw a path in the pond, stones appear. I love this game. I'm definitely gonna keep playing this like on my own time. This down here can just be like a little rundown hobbit house or something. We'll add some windows back here and I'll add some here up top. And even though there's so much limitation, there's so much freedom. Like I should not have just been able to build this house on the side of a rock like that. I think I'm just gonna make a small street over here just so we have something there when you cross over the bridge. I don't think I have the most room for these ones, so I'm just gonna make them very small. I like making them look kind of quirky too. Like asymmetry is definitely your friend in this game. Oh, you can connect a clothesline. Wait, that's adorable. Oh, and I think if you click on the objects, you can change what they look like. Wait, I can connect the clothesline over here too. I am constantly learning new things in this game. These can be like super adorable little twin houses. I'm making a fence here so the sheep don't fall. I'm making one more house over to the left here. This one can have a little balcony coming off the top, maybe just as decoration. I'm filling the rest of this around with more trees. And here we have our little village. I think this turned out so cute. Like I said, this game is so relaxing. I got it on Steam for I think like $20 Canadian, which I think is around like 15 US. So honestly, not too bad. And I've played this for hours so far. The final thing I wanted to show you before I end this video is the camera mode. The camera mode in this game is very elaborate. You can focus your camera in a certain spot you want it to be. You can adjust things like saturation, contrast. You can add like filters if you want to. And you can even change the time of day in this mode as well. And if you want to walk through your build, you can use this button down at the bottom and then you can literally walk through it as if you were in this build. Like, look how cool this is. We can cross the bridge, see the little hobbit house from down here, and then carry on through to the main town. Like, obviously you can take the best pictures from down here. I'm so obsessed with this game. So that's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this, let me know. Maybe we can do more builds in the future. And if you like the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.